Hi, I'm Ray. We're in the greenhouse today. Bit of a cold day. The old sunlight's going down a bit. But we're in the middle of December and we're going to try and grow some giant cabbages. We last year grew some giant cabbages and the competition I lost. So we're going to try again this year and hopefully get a better go. But the ones we're growing today are Robson's Giant Cabbage, and we're going to do a sowing in December. We're about the 15th of December. We're going to do one crop now. We're going to keep them in the house, and then we're going to do another lot for January, and then they're going to be able to go out in the spring. So let me show you what we're going to do. So for growing my cabbages, I'm just using this plastic cell tray. We haven't got many cells, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells. We've only got about 30 cabbage seeds, so we haven't got too many, so I don't want to be putting too many in each cell, and we can have another batch for January. We've got some compost, and this is a bit of damp compost. It's nothing that special. It's pretty grassy, to be honest. It's not the best compost. What I am going to do is just add a little bit of perlite just to break it up a bit and to dry it out a bit. It's been sat in a bit damp condition, so I'm just filling up the tray, each cell tray, with the compost, firming it in as we go. So we're nearly filled to the top. We can add some more to the ones that are a bit lower. So there we go. So I'm just firming them down, just so they're nice and firm, taking out any big bits, any long twigs. We don't need that. A potting compost is ideal, but that's quite expensive, so we're just making do with what we've got. So that's our tray for our cabbages. So now we need a dibber, and I've just got a pen, and we're just making a hole, not too deep, in each of the cell trays. Like that. So we've got a hole in every cell, and then we take our seeds, and our seeds are very small and they're little round balls. We've approximately got around 30 there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and carefully pinch 2 or 3 and put them in each other. Doesn't matter if more goes in. Two or 3. So each one of those gets a couple of seeds. So there we have all of our seeds in the holes. We can take our bit of compost, just cover over to the top, firming it down. So seeds need some warmth, and during the winter they're going to need some heat, so best to take indoors, and they need a heat of around 65 to 75 degrees, and they should be germinating within 3 to 5 days. So this is going to go on my windowsill near the radiator. And we look forward to starting these cabbages off. So my next job is to give it a drop of water, though it doesn't need too much as the compost is really quite wet. Quick dash of water, and that can be put in the house to grow. So once the seedlings appear, once they are 1 inch to 2 inches tall, then we can take some scissors and we can cut off the weakest ones, keeping the one strongest one, and then we can put the stronger one into a bigger pot, slightly bigger, and then once that's grown out of that pot, the best thing is to transfer it to another pot. Seems a bit wasteful, but they do need the smaller pots, and we can even go into a larger pot still until it's time to put them out in the spring. So that's our Robinson's Champion Giants, and we're going to look forward to growing these in the spring, and I'm going to allocate a nice growing space, and we need to prepare the bed, giving it some manure, giving it some fertiliser, and getting it prepared ready for the spring. So there we go, that's our spring cabbages, our giant Robinson's Giant Cabbage. So if you're growing a summer cabbage, it can be sown from late February right through to March, but with the giants we're going to make an early start as they need a long season, and the largest cabbage that's been recorded is 138.25 pounds, and it was grown in Alaska, so I don't think I'll be getting anywhere like that. There's quite a few various seeds from giant cabbages. There's Cornish Giant, which is what I really want to grow as we're down on the south coast of UK, but there's also Hercules, there's Robinson's Champion, and there's also Russian Giant. So there's a few varieties that can be seen, and these can be found on the internet. And yeah, so we're going to do the Robinson's Champion. So when allocating space on the plot for your giant cabbage, we need around about 1 metre square with about 4 foot between each plant, and a good covering of chicken manure or some organic material, organic manure would be great to prepare the area beforehand. So we're going to have a go at that, getting the bed ready for the giant cabbage. So is anybody else going to try some giant vegetables this year? And I'm really looking forward to the giant cabbage. The previous year our giant cabbage was absolutely massive. Well, mine wasn't, but my neighbour's was. Although I did grow it from the start, I didn't quite finish it off, but mine was a bit rubbish, I have to admit. But anyway, we're going to do better this year. We're going to look forward to growing some of these on for next year. So one thing I do need to do is find a label, mark these off and stick them in the warm. So thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, then please subscribe, ring that bell. We can watch how these cabbages grow. And that's a simple way to grow any other cabbage, even if they're not giants. Still the same way. So cheers!